So we built an AI chat agent platform that's so human-like that less than 1% of the people that have a chat with AI can tell that it's a bot. We've hit 100K annual recurring revenue, but we're completely stuck. So I'm doing something that most software or SaaS founders would not do, is that I'm switching back to a service-based model, and I'll show you why that makes sense in a moment. So the goal with the vision with the service-based model is that we should be able to hit 50K monthly recurring revenue versus what we currently have. So let me give you a bit of background. So this is the AI chat platform that we have developed. It's called DMChamp. And as you can see, the headline, find us an AI sales agent more human than ours and we'll send you $100. So we really differentiate ourselves compared to competitors by being super human-like. Like I said, less than 1% of the chats we've had thousands of chats. Less than 1% of the people actually know it's an AI. And here you can actually see a whole conversation where the AI actually convinces someone to pay a pretty big, large sum of money, $1,000, $1,000 to book a consultation. It's a whole chat. I won't go into details. But yeah, that's our SaaS. And you might be wondering, why are we stopped? So let me go to Stripe to show you our current revenue. So here we are in Stripe. You can see we're about that 100K annual recurring revenue. This is the last 12 months, which translates into 6K monthly recurring revenue. This is made up of two sources mainly. So the first one is AppSumo. We did an AppSumo launch a long time ago now. So let's see, we still have it here. So here we have it, the AppSumo launch, and you can see 17 reviews, all positive. We had a pretty good deal, a pretty good launch. Let me see if I can go back to the sales. So yeah, you can see we had 300 orders or 300 customers really, about a third refunded. And the reason for those refunds is pretty obvious. We had no idea of how to launch a good AppSumo deal really, and we also didn't really get the help from AppSumo. What you can see is that the people refunding are mostly people that bought our cheapest plan just to try it out, and then they refunded it. And if he had actually known that, we wouldn't even have put that plan up, because of this refund rate, we now can't even relist. So we made 13K from this up front. So this is what we got from AppSumo. AppSumo probably got even more. And then of course these people, they bought credits from on our platform. Just like most AI platforms, we have a credit system. So these people, they need to buy credits to keep the AI running, and that's how we have recurring revenue from them. The second is an affiliate. So these two spikes is when the affiliate basically promoted us. They did a webinar. You can see we made like 20K here and then another 20K there. And it's such a large spike because on that day, a lot of people signed up. And then we, of course, have the recurring revenue in the months after that. So you might still be wondering, why are you stuck? Why can't you scale? Why would this affiliate just promote you even more? Well, the problem is it's their warm audience. So they can only sell to this many people, and they've kind of already reached out to everyone in their audience. That's one thing. The second thing is, we tried our own methods. So we've used this platform, Instantly AI, to run cold emails. I used this platform back in the day as well when I was running an agency, and I was pretty good at it. So just use it again. I will say I now find that Instantly is very bloated. So I'll come back to this later. We're going to restart with cold emails, but I'm not sure if we are going to use Instantly. But we use this. What we found is that it's just too much effort. The hours you put in replying to those emails, booking calls, to eventually closing for, well, what's the average monthly value that we're selling at? It's probably this plan. So for $100 or euros per month, you're putting in so much effort. Just looking at the hours you put in to get one client, you're just going way into the minus. and these customers eventually churn anyway. So you're not making any profit. The economics do not work for cold email. Then you would think, what about Facebook ads? Well, I actually have a lot of experience with Facebook ads. I've used them for a hair clinic called Fugenics.com. This is their website. I'm practically the CMO at this company. I've been running the ads for the past 5 years and scaled them to like 15 million in revenue total. We spent about, I think, almost $1 million in Facebook ads with like a 10x return on investment. So I do know a lot about Facebook ads. And you can see there's a few ads running, but those aren't mine. That's someone else running them. These ads, you can see the TOF ones. Those are some of the ads I have been running, and we were able to get, I think, about 50 customers from this. On the front end, we were, depending on how high the budget was, we were either positive, break even, or slightly in the minus. Towards the end, we were slightly in the minus. That's why we're not running anymore. And you might be thinking, why is that a problem? Well, these people, they bought and then they churn after 3 months. In most cases, the payment fails because they don't even have the funds anymore. So again, it's not a scalable funnel. Like you're just losing money. All of these problems can really be solved by high ticket offer, because another problem we have, if I go here, so we've built our own little dashboard of seeing which customers are the most active. So this is going to load for the last seven days, for the last week. And what you'll see is that there's just 1 or 2 users that are super active, and the rest, they barely use the platform. And yeah, majority of these users are from that affiliate. So yeah, here you basically see this user is as big as the next 1, 2, 3, 4, and these combined are bigger than literally everything else, all of the other users combined. So that's another problem, is with activation. The people that came through their affiliate, they're super emotional people, meaning they got into this webinar, got super emotional and bought without actually knowing what they're going to do with the platform, or they're just lazy. And that's what you can see here, is these people, they've bought it, but they're not using it. You might be thinking, what's the problem? Well, eventually when the renewal date comes, is they're going to cancel. We're going to lose these customers. So that's another issue with these customers coming through the affiliate. And if we provided these customers like a more service-based offer, where we actually set the AI up for them, set the use case up for them, then yeah, they would get a lot more benefit out of it. The reason we don't do that is that our customer base is so diverse. So we got clinics, we got agencies, we got bike shops, we got something regarding feet training here. No idea what that is, which makes it like super hard to systematize a single use case that you can offer as in a scalably. And yeah, once you get into the service-based aspect, you automatically have to charge more, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense. So up to this point, that's really been the problem. And I've been looking into like, how can we solve this? And there's literally only one thing we can do now for fast cash, is to offer a high ticket service-based offering, our solution. And our biggest user, so it's a marketing agency. So they white labeled our platform. This is their white label website. And what they do is they're a marketing agency for restaurants, and they're using our platform to automate review collection. So after booking, the next morning, a restaurant customer receives a WhatsApp message asking for a review or feedback. And they've got about 10 restaurants on board, and they charge at least $200 per month for this service. And they're really good at this. Basically, all the customers, they either end up in the top 10 on TripAdvisor or Google for the region, or even the number 1 spot. So this is like a super proven case study. And I've dove a bit deeper into it. It's super easy to systematize. It's super easy to sell, and it's super scalable. So why is it easy to systematize? Well, we've already kind of built a flow where once you sign up for DM Champ, you can just basically replicate this. The Dimension platform is so straightforward. It's plug and play. This is like, it's like child's play. A kid could do it. Why is it easy to sell? Well, these restaurant owners or most business owners, they're really more emotional than logical. Yeah, something you'll see once you have a bit more, once you have talked to a few businesses. They're really logical people. The people that go on these webinars, those salesy webinars, and they're like, what did I end up watching? Why am I even here? Those are the people that usually are in like a higher segment of the market. And yeah, we can't just start there. We need to build our way up. So these people are super emotional, and instead of selling them something like, oh, automate your customer support or reduce staff, or like you can now fire that person, you're saving $3,000 a month. All of that you don't really care, because it's not very emotional. What's emotional is, hey, would you like more 5-star reviews? And it's such an easy sell. Everyone would say yes to that. That's why it's easy to sell. And second, how is it even high ticket? Well, back when I was still doing cold email with my agency, what I found is that it's super easy to sell pay-per-result services. And if you actually deliver, you're going to get a lot of cash upfront. And if you don't deliver, well, then you don't get anything. If you don't deliver with like a flat fee, the clients are going to churn anyway. So my idea is to offer this reviews, so a pay-per-review model basically. That's the idea. I did some research on what is even the market potential using Claude. Let me go to that chat. So Claude he's overestimating a bit, I would say, but let's see. Let's just look at one niche, restaurants, because we have a case for that. So just in the Netherlands, because we're in the Netherlands, there's 16,000 restaurants. I will say restaurants isn't the best niche because their margins are just so thin, like in single digits. If a restaurant is making 10K per month, their profit might only be, 10% is $1,000. So the profit will be less than $1,000, and they're not going to spend $1,000 on reviews. That just wouldn't make sense. But 16,000 restaurants, of course, you can't have all restaurants as customers. Let's say you get 1% of the restaurants as customers, which is feasible. There's agencies that have more than, actually, we know an agency that has like 500 restaurants as a client. So 1% of the restaurants, that will be 160 on average. Here, Claude saying this is the amount of customers they get per month. Let's just stick to $1,000 for easy math. Of course, not all of those people are going to leave a review. Let's say 10%. So 10% of $1,000 is 100. Do that times 160. So let me just grab the calculator because this is getting very complex. So times, what was it? 100. So that's how many reviews we would be collecting. And let's say we charge like €5 per review. We're at 80K monthly recurring revenue. That's for one niche, not even the best niche, not even the biggest niche, in one of the tiniest countries in the world, the Netherlands. But this shows you the income potential with pretty realistic numbers. Of course, there's the aspect of churn, but that's a topic for another day. So what's going to happen next? Well, first thing is we need to come up with a name, buy a domain, set up the basics, set up an email, set up a mailbox, set up the cold emailing infrastructure. And then for getting the leads, we actually have our own system, something called the unlimited lead sheet. I'll show that in a later video where you can basically get unlimited leads for free, but that's all in the future. So I'm going to document everything to keep myself accountable. So if you're interested in this and want to follow along, just hit the subscribe button or check out any of the links in the description. Bye.